Hello inflatable fans, I hope you're well. I'm out today testing something new. It's a new Packraft and it's made from drop stitch technology. Now I did post about this in one of the Facebook packrafting forums and yeah, it didn't go down too well. I was kind of treated like a bit of an amateur who didn't know what I was talking about. Well, que sera, sera. I still consider myself a rookie even after all this time. But what we've got today, as I say, it's the WONITAGO drop stitch Packraft. I'll show you the pack down size first compared to some other crafts that I've got. So there are 4 of my Packrafts lined up. So that is the new WONITAGO. That is the Aquaglide Expedition 85. That is the Ituit PR 500. I haven't got that packed in particularly well, but it does pack down smaller than that. And that is the tiny and arguably the lightest, smallest Packraft on the market, which is the Climate Light Water Dinghy. So as you can see, it's more in line with the Expedition 85, but there is space at the top of this bag. There is a pump in it as well. Anyway, let's get into that and have a look what we've got. The bag itself is like a Cordura fabric. Not sure if it's waterproof, possibly is, because it's got it's lined. The zips, not the best. I envisage that they will give out relatively quickly. Nevertheless, it feels nice and strong. Carry handle and 2 rucksack straps that are adjustable, and I've carried this from my flats down to the car park at the back today without any issue. There is some mesh at the back, at the bottom, sorry, for venting so that it will air out a bit. Let's have a look in the bag. So what do we get? Some inflation instructions, a basic repair kit that has a valve removal tool and a patch in it, no glue. There is what is quite possibly the shortest skeg / fin I have ever seen. Must be about 3 inches long. And as all of my girlfriends will tell you, that's not long. There's also a relatively robust pump. Dual action, won't be using that today. The hose does feel cheap. Then obviously we've got the main event. Now I have had this out, I have had it inflated, strap around it to tie it up. And as you can see, I got it back in the bag relatively easily. Look at that, there's room to spare with the pump, which I won't be carrying with me all the time. So yeah, pretty good. You could easily get a paddle in there as well, I guess. Yeah, it has got a drop stitch base. This is what makes this different to all the other Packrafts I've got. I've just inflated this Packraft using the pump, the main tube to 3.2. I did have to re-inflate it because I set the valve wrong. I had to top it back up, and then the floor chamber to 8.5. It's only a small one, but yeah, it's done that. Still showing us 2 on there. There we go, all inflated. What do you think? I think it's quite a nice looking craft. Now I have had this inflated at home and left overnight just to test the integrity. But let's have a look at it and see what features it's got with it. So as you can see on here, this is a 3.5 psi pressure main chamber. I've inflated it to 3.2 today. The floor there, 8 to 10 psi. I've inflated this to 8.5. It's more than adequate. At the back we've got a carry handle. The fabric of this, it does feel really tough and well made. It does feel, it's surprising actually, it feels really robust. You've got tie out loops, 4 on the front, and I'm guessing you could probably get, I reckon I could get my fold up bike on there. When I sit in this, my feet come to about here. I'm about 5'9", 5'10", so not a bad size at all. No T-zips or anything like that. Let's have a quick look underneath. The floor chamber is separate, by the way. You can actually take that out. So if we flip that over, under here you've got one of those skeg mounts that's very similar to the Gumatex ones, and the fin slides in. Not going to be going out with that today. I want to see what it's like without it. One of the things I really do like about this is you do not get a crap seat that you then have to fanny about with, replace, whatever. You don't get one of those. I've got my own plan for that, and there is no crap paddle with it that you have to get rid of either. And for any of you that buy package deals and have upgraded the seat and the paddle, from those boats, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. So that's what I'm using for a seat, inflatable cushion and a waffle cushion. That's not going to slip around. That's the whole idea of using the waffle cushion, and then it gives you a bit of lift. If you do happen to get water in the boat, you know, you're fine. And then little inflatable cushion just for a little bit of additional comfort. Not so fussed about a backrest. I can always lean back against that if I want to. Many packrafts like the PR500, they don't have backrests. So yeah, I'm not bothered about that. And I have used this configuration, this inflatable cushion and the waffle cushion. This is what I slotted into the Aquaglide Deschutes seat to make that comfortable, because that was awful, it was just hard foam. So I know that that's going to be comfortable enough. So I'm going to get the dry suit on, get out. Get out!
Are you a YouTuber?
I am, yeah. Right, let's go. Mind you, before we do, let's set the old speedo going so we can find out how this performs. Like I say, I haven't got the skeg in this today, so it will yaw about a little bit, but so far, so good. It feels really nice, and I feel comfortable enough. You can see what I mean about the leg room. I could effectively put a yoga block down there just to create a footrest, and that would be adequate. I've done that in a few boats. It's a nice little trick. Just stick a foam yoga block down there, footrest. So one of the reasons why I quite like to speed test things in this little stretch of water is it's flat water. It doesn't have any flow on it, and just mooching along nice and steady like this. I'm doing 2.6 miles an hour, 2.7, and I'm not putting any real strain on this. If I paddle a little bit faster, 2.8, 2.9, it's a little bit bouncy because that boat's just come in. That's pretty good. Now, what's it like for turning? So, let's just do a 180, one back paddle stroke. Easy, isn't it? Turn back, one stroke. So it's nimble, definitely nimble. I've got to say, I think if I put that really small fin in this, I don't think it's going to make much difference, to be honest with you. It's so tiny. Anyway, we're about to get out onto the open ooze. This is Naburn Lock where I've launched this morning, and we're going to pull out onto the river. The river is not very high at the moment. The flow is only going to be about, well, it's less than 1 mile an hour. So we're going to paddle into that for a bit, which will obviously slow me down a tad. Then I'll turn around and come back, and we'll see what it's like. Not planning on doing a big trip today. Just wanted to get out and test this boat, see what it felt like. Morning, all right. Lovely. So here we go into the open river. Not much wind today. It was supposed to be a little bit blusterier, but it's all right. I'm still pootling along at 2.7 miles an hour. Pretty good. Now, a couple of people in the Facebook groups said, oh, you need a backrest. It's got no seat. You really don't. The back tube is really ample if you want to lean back and lounge. And besides, if you're doing bouncy water, the last thing you need to be doing is making more contact with the back of the boat, because as the boat goes over, you go with it. That's when things start to get a bit tippy. What you need to be is more upright so that you're more mobile, so that your hips are fluid. So you stay upright while the boat rocks about. And that works with this. And yeah, if I rock this about, it feels absolutely solid. Nice! Tell you what, just been paddling for a little bit and this moves really nicely. As you can see, I'm only taking really slow strokes, paddling upriver against a 0.8, 0.9 mile an hour flow, and I'm doing 2.2 miles an hour. And what I would add to that is I'm using a low angle paddle. It's the Aquabound Stingray Hybrid. So it's not like I'm getting an awful lot of pull. I'm not pulling an awful lot of water with that blade because it's not a big blade. Yeah, this is nice. Really nice. One of the things I forgot to mention when we were looking at this boat is the floor chamber is a separate piece. So it is a two-piece craft. Actually, maybe I did mention it, I don't know. So effectively, you could, if you wanted, take the drop stitch floor out and just go out with the tube, the main chamber. It would just be like any standard Packraft if you did that. So you have got options with this, which is alright, isn't it? Ooh, we're going to get a few waves to play with. Bit of a boat wake. Nice. I'm kind of going to go sideways on and just let them bounce me around, rock me around. Here we go. Nice. One of the other cool things about this is, you know that sometimes you kind of need to lift yourself up and reposition yourself just to kind of get a bit comfortable and just to let the blood circulate in your ass, right? In this, if you do that in a standard Packraft, your hands kind of squish because it's kind of low pressure. With this, it's just like being in a high pressure boat. The tubes remain firm. All I'm doing as I'm going along here is, as I notice things, I'm just bringing them to your attention, and that's as they drop into my attention. We were down here a few weeks ago with a few of the boys, and I was saying at the time that willow is going to look really good when it comes into leaf, and I wasn't wrong. It's always spectacular, that one. And as regulars to this channel will know, I am partial to a nice willow. Little bit of a headwind as we circle around this bend, but still, it's still moving along nicely at about 2.2 miles an hour, with me just paddling steady away. See what I mean? I'm not exactly caning it. Of course, this does have the other advantage. The drop stitch floor acts very nicely as a table. What's not to like? I've just had a message from John, aka Rough Paddling. He said, don't review it too well, Carl. Amazon will put the price up. So, this boat is crap. Don't buy it, it's rubbish. That makes it look like I'm going really fast, doesn't it? It's because there's a slight headwind and it's causing ripples in my direction, which makes it look like I'm moving faster through the water. I've reached Naban, and in total I've done 1.28 miles, 47 minutes. Totally appreciate that's really slow. However, I've been fanning around every clip that you see with the camera. I obviously have to stop paddling, set everything up, blah blah blah. I've taken a few photos for the WhatsApp group, for our kayaking group, and various other things, various other little videos. So what I'm going to do now on the way back is I'm going to do that same 1.28, 1.3 miles thereabouts, but I'm not going to stop for anything. I'm just going to keep it going because I just want to get an idea of how long it will take to do that. Before I do head back, just want to say, really comfortable. This cushion arrangement. Time check, 9:46. So 10:16. I was travelling at roughly 2.5 to 2.7 miles an hour all the way back. So yeah, not bad at all. Let's get it out. Ugh. That cushion has slid forward just a little bit, the waffle cushion. Yeah, wasn't really an issue. I was really comfortable. I like this. Gotta say, I like it. It's a cracking little day boat. Definitely needs a yoga block or something just to rest your feet against there. Purely because if you end up with your feet kind of pointed forward a bit like that, you know, reaching the end, they start to ache a little bit. Mine did. Your feet might differ. But yeah, I really like that. But as John said, can't give it too good a review, otherwise Amazon will put the price up. It's rubbish, don't buy one. You know what to do if you like what I'm doing on this channel in terms of liking, subscribing and all that jazz. You take care of yourself. Cheerio.